Hey, friend, pull up a chair and listen to this story. It's one of those that hits you right in the heart, like a movie you can't pause. Picture this. It's a rainy Tuesday evening in a small-town diner called the Rusty Spoon, the kind of place where the neon sign buzzes faintly outside, flickering against the wet pavement. Inside, the air smells like fresh coffee mixed with greasy fries and a hint of old vinyl from the booths. The fluorescent lights hum softly, casting a warm glow on the checkered floor that's seen better days. Our girl, Sophia, is wiping down the counter for the umpteenth time. She's 25, with tired eyes that still sparkle when she smiles at regulars. Her apron's stained from a long shift, and her hands ache from carrying trays all day. Sophia's life is tough. She grew up in foster homes after losing her mom, Evelyn, when she was just a kid. No dad in the picture, no family to speak of. She works double shifts here to pay for her tiny apartment and dreams of something more. Maybe art school, but that's a pipe dream. One day, she whispers to herself, staring out the window at the downpour. The bell above the door jingles, cutting through the quiet hum of the jukebox playing an old country tune. In walks this guy, tall, sharp suit, silver hair combed back perfectly. That's Robert Harrington, the billionaire tech mogul everyone's heard of but no one really knows. He's worth billions from some app that changed the world. But tonight, he looks out of place like a king in a peasant's tavern. His shoes click against the floor, leaving wet prints and the scent of expensive cologne. Something woody and crisp wafts in with the rain. Sophia straightens up, forces a smile. "Evening, sir. Table for one." Her voice is soft, welcoming, like she's chatting with an old pal. Robert nods, his face stern, eyes distant. He slides into a booth by the window, rain streaking the glass like tears. She hands him a menu, the laminated edges sticky from years of use. As he scans it, something catches her eye. A gold locket dangling from his neck, peeking out from his crisp shirt collar. He orders black coffee and a slice of pie, his voice deep and clipped. Sophia pours the steaming brew, the rich aroma filling the space between them. She sets it down, and that's when it happens. The locket swings forward slightly as he reaches for the cup. Inside, a tiny photo glimmers under the light. A woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. Sophia freezes. Her heart skips. Can you imagine that moment? The world slowing down, the rain pounding harder outside. She leans in closer, her breath catching. That's my mom," she whispers, barely audible. Robert's head snaps up, his eyes locking onto hers. The diner falls silent, except for the drip of the coffee pot and the distant thunder. Pause for suspense. But why would a billionaire like him have a photo of her long-lost mother? And what secret is about to shatter both their worlds? Okay, lean in closer because this is where it gets real intense. Like that scene in a thriller where everything flips upside down. Sophia's standing there, tray in hand, staring at the locket. The photo inside? Is Evelyn, no doubt. Same wavy brown hair, same gentle freckles across the nose. Sophia hasn't seen that face since she was 8, but it's burned into her memory, like the scent of her mom's lavender perfume that still haunts her dreams. Robert's fork clatters against the plate. His face pales, those steely eyes widening in shock. "What did you just say?" he asks, his voice cracking for the first time. It's not anger. It's something deeper, like fear mixed with disbelief. The diner feels smaller now, the air thick with tension. A couple at the next table glances over, but Sophia doesn't notice. Her mind races. How? Why? Questions flood her like the rain outside. Relentless. I'm sorry, sir. Sophia stammers, her cheeks flushing hot. But that woman in your locket, Evelyn, she's my mother. She disappeared when I was a kid. How do you have her picture? Her words tumble out, simple and raw, like confessing a secret to a friend over late-night coffee. Robert doesn't answer right away. He touches the locket gently, his fingers trembling. The gold chain catches the light, sparkling like a hidden treasure. Pause. Letting the silence build curiosity. He takes a deep breath, the steam from his coffee rising like a veil between them. "Sit down," he says finally, gesturing to the booth across from him. Sophia hesitates. Her boss, John, is in the back, but this feels bigger than a job. She slides in, the vinyl seat creaking under her. The pie sits untouched, its cherry filling glistening under the lights. Evelyn. She was everything to me. Robert starts, his voice low, emotional. Tears well up in his eyes, but he blinks them back. Can you feel that? The vulnerability from a man who built an empire, now crumbling over a name. He tells her bits and pieces. How he met Evelyn years ago, young and full of dreams. They were in love, but life tore them apart. A tragic accident, he says, his words halting. Sophia's heart pounds. She can hear it in her ears, drowning out the soft clink of dishes from the kitchen. Disappeared? No, she died. Robert whispers, but his voice breaks. Seconds later, he buries his face in his hands, shoulders shaking. Tears stream down, silent at first, then sobs that echo in the empty diner. Sophia reaches out instinctively, her hand hovering. Why are you crying? What aren't you telling me? She asks, her own eyes stinging. The rain hammers the roof harder, like applause for the drama unfolding. Pause for emotional weight, but as Robert lifts his head, his eyes red and raw, he drops a bomb. Sophia, I think you're my daughter. The words hang in the air, heavy and electric. What hidden truth from the past is about to unravel everything she thought she knew? Whoa, friend. If that last reveal didn't give you chills, this next part will. It's like peeling back layers of an onion, each one making you tear up more. Sophia sits frozen in the booth, Robert's words echoing in her mind. Your daughter? She repeats, her voice barely a whisper. The diner's clock ticks loudly, marking the seconds like a heartbeat. Outside, lightning flashes, illuminating the parking lot where Robert's sleek black car waits. Rain pooling around its tires. Robert wipes his eyes with a napkin, the paper crinkling softly. He looks older now, vulnerable, the billionaire facade cracking like old paint. Let me explain, he says, leaning forward. The scent of his cologne mixes with the sweet cherry pie, creating a weird comfort in the chaos. He dives into the story, his tone conversational, like sharing memories over a campfire. Back in the 90s, he was just a broke inventor named Rob, scraping by in a tiny garage. That's where he met Evelyn at a local art fair. She was painting landscapes, her brushstrokes vivid and full of life. Her laugh, it lit up the room, he recalls, a sad smile tugging at his lips. They fell hard, fast. Dates under starry skies, picnics with cheap wine that tasted like heaven. Sophia listens, picturing it, the feel of grass. Under their feet, the warmth of Evelyn's hand in his. But then, complications. Evelyn got pregnant with Sophia. Robert wanted to marry her, build a life. I proposed right there on one knee in the rain, he says, his eyes distant. But Evelyn's family? Strict, old-fashioned. They disapproved of the poor dreamer. Pressure built, arguments flared. One night, Evelyn vanished. Robert searched everywhere. Police reports, missing persons flyers fluttering in the wind. I thought she left me, he admits, voice thick with regret. Years later, he built his empire on that pain. The locket his only keepsake. Sophia's mind whirls. She remembers fragments. Evelyn's hugs, smelling of paint and cookies. But Mom said my dad was gone. Dead, Sophia says, confusion knotting her brow. Can you imagine the betrayal? Thinking you're alone, only to find a ghost from the past sitting across from you. Robert pulls out his phone, shows old photos. Evelyn laughing, belly round with pregnancy. The screen glows softly, casting shadows on their faces. Tears flow freely now from both. The diner door opens. It's Emma, Sophia's best friend and fellow waitress, shaking off her umbrella. She freezes, sensing the tension. Soph, everything okay? Emma asks, her voice cutting through like a lifeline. Sophia nods, but her world tilts. Robert reaches across, his hand warm on hers. I never knew about you. If I had. His words trail off, heavy with what-ifs. Pause, building suspense. As the storm rages outside, a darker secret emerges. Evelyn didn't just disappear. There was a letter hidden for years that changes everything. What could it say that would make a billionaire beg for forgiveness? All right, buckle up. This chapter's like the climax of a heartfelt drama, full of twists that tug at your soul. Sophia's hand trembles under Robert's touch, the diner's warmth suddenly feeling suffocating. Emma hovers nearby, her rain-damp coat dripping onto the floor, adding a rhythmic patter to the tension. "Who's this?" Emma asks, eyeing Robert like a protective sister. Sophia introduces them quickly, her voice shaky. "He's family, maybe." The word hangs there, unfamiliar and electric. Robert clears his throat, pulling a small envelope from his jacket pocket. It's yellowed with age, edges frayed like it's been carried for decades. The paper crinkles as he opens it, the faint scent of old ink wafting up, musty, like forgotten books. "This arrived a year after she vanished," he says, his tone low and confessional. "From Evelyn." Sophia's breath catches. She leans in, the booth's vinyl sticking to her skin from the humidity. He reads aloud, voice cracking, "Dear Rob, I can't stay. My family forced me away, said you'd ruin us. But I'm carrying our child, a girl. I'll name her Sophia, after your grandmother. Raise her alone. Keep her safe from the pain. Forgive me. Love always, Evelyn." The words sink in like stones in a pond, rippling through the air. Sophia's eyes blur with tears. She can almost hear her mom's voice, soft and melodic, reading bedtime stories. Why didn't she come back? Sophia whispers, anger bubbling under the sadness. Robert folds the letter carefully, his fingers tracing the creases. "I tried to find her, hired detectives, spent fortunes, but nothing, until tonight." The diner feels alive now. The sizzle of the grill in the back, John's muffled laughter from the kitchen. But here, it's a bubble of raw emotion. Emma slides in next to Sophia, squeezing her hand. "This is wild. Like a movie," Emma says, trying to lighten it, but her eyes are wide. Questions pour out. Why the secrecy? What happened to Evelyn? Robert reveals more. Evelyn died in a car accident when Sophia was 8, alone on a foggy road. "I only learned later from an old obituary," he says, grief etching lines on his face. Sophia remembers that night. Sirens wailing, rain-slick streets, the hospital smell of antiseptic that still makes her nauseous. "I was in foster care after," she shares, voice small. "Can you feel the ache?" 2 lives shattered by one choice. But then, a knock at the door. Michael, Robert's assistant, enters, umbrella in hand. "Sir, the meeting." Michael trails off, sensing the storm inside. Robert waves him off, but Michael's eyes narrow at Sophia. Something's off, his glance lingers too long. Pause for curiosity. As truths unfold, Sophia uncovers a betrayal. Someone close knew the whole time and kept them apart. Who could it be, and what price will they pay for the lies? Friend, we're at the emotional peak now, like the end of a roller coaster, where your heart's pounding but there's hope on the horizon. Sophia stares at Michael, the pieces clicking. He's been with Robert for years, loyal as a shadow. But his face pales under the diner's lights, the rain outside mirroring the turmoil. "You knew," Sophia accuses, her voice steady despite the quake inside. Michael shifts, water dripping from his coat onto the floor, pooling like spilled secrets. Robert turns, confusion furrowing his brow. "What?" Michael's sigh is heavy, laden with guilt. He confesses. Years ago, he was a young intern when the letter arrived. Evelyn's family paid him to hide it, threats of ruin if Robert pursued. "I was scared, broke." Michael admits, head bowed. The air thickens. The scent of cooling pie turns sour. Robert's face hardens, betrayal cutting deep. "All this time," he murmurs, fists clenching on the table. Sophia stands, emotions swirling. Anger, sorrow, a spark of understanding. She hugs Robert impulsively, his suit crisp against her apron. He breaks down again, sobs muffled in her shoulder. The diner blurs through tears. Emma wipes her own eyes, the group a makeshift family in the chaos. We lost so much, Sophia says, pulling back. Sensory overload. The warmth of his embrace, the salty taste of tears, the distant thunder rumbling like approval. They talk late into the night, plans forming. Robert offers help. College for Sophia, a real home. But it's more than money. It's connection. I want to know you, he says, eyes shining. Sophia nods, a tentative smile breaking through. John peeks out, offering free coffee, the pot gurgling warmly. Laughter mixes with tears, healing in small doses. As the rain eases to a drizzle, dawn peeking through the windows, Sophia feels whole for the first time. The locket now a bridge, not a ghost. Michael leaves quietly, fired but forgiven. Redemption in the air. Pause for reflection. In the end, they step outside, the fresh-washed world glistening. Robert hands her the locket. It's yours now. Sophia clasps it, Evelyn's photo smiling back. But here's something to think about. Have you ever discovered a family secret that changed everything? Share in the comments. What would you do if a lost parent walked back into your life?